All right, folks, here's a 1965 Chevy C10 that just popped up on Craigslist for $7,500. And let me tell you straight up, this one's a mixed bag. So stick with me. First thing you gotta know, the seller listed this as fair condition, not good, not excellent, fair. So I'm not gonna sit here and blow smoke. This is a driver, not a show truck. It runs, it drives, it stops. That's the seller's own words. But as is means what it says. You're buying it warts and all. Now here's where it gets interesting. It's got a Chevy small block 350 crate style engine, number 638 stamped on it, made it to a 700R4 automatic transmission. That's a solid, common, easy to service combo. Parts are everywhere and any shop can work on it. There's an Edelbrock carburetor on top, rear wheel drive, and get this, the frame's been shortened. Somebody did some work to this truck. Modified before the current owner even bought it from a dealer back in 2019, and the dates on all that are unknown. So there's mystery in the history here, no way around it. The odometer says 155,000, but it's rolled over, and mileage is listed as unknown. So don't put stock in that number, treat this as a truck of unknown miles. Black paint, 8 cylinders, gas, no axe, so you're rolling the windows down in that Texas heat. But here's the good news that actually matters. Clean title in hand. Registration is current. That's huge. Clean title on an older project truck is money in the bank. VIN is C1545 S163461 if you want to run it before you drive out to Dallas. So real talk, at $7,500 you're paying for a running, driving, titled Classic C10 with a modern-ish drivetrain and some custom framework already done. The unknowns are the miles, the history of the mods, and that fair condition rating. Bring a buddy who knows trucks, put it on a lift, check that shortened framework close. If it checks out, this could be a fun one. If it doesn't, walk away. That's my honest 2 cents. Go look at it in person before you commit. All right, everybody, gather round because this one's a beauty. A 1960 Ford Thunderbird, 2-door hardtop. Listed right now for $14,950 out of Port Orchard, Washington. And unlike some of the project trucks I've shown you, this one comes with a whole different story. Right up top, the seller has this listed as excellent condition. That's the top rating, folks, and this is coming from an actual dealer, Rusty Rides Auto Sales, not some guy in a driveway. So the expectations here are high, which means when you go look at it, you hold it to that standard. Excellent. Better mean excellent. Now let's talk about what this is. This is a Squarebird, the 1958 to 1960 generation Thunderbird. And the 1960 model year is the last and arguably the cleanest of that run. 2-door hardtop, white paint, and under the hood, you've got the 352 V8, 8 cylinders, gas, backed by an automatic transmission and rear-wheel drive. That 352 is a torquey, smooth cruiser of an engine. This car was built to glide down the highway in style, not to be a stoplight racer. And that's exactly the vibe of a Squarebird. Personal luxury, chrome for days, that classic early 60s cool. Odometer reads 127,464, and it's listed as a clean title. Clean title on a 65-year-old classic is exactly what you want to see. No act mentioned, but on a car this age, that's par for the course. Here's a couple things to keep in your back pocket. Because it's a dealer, that price is before the extras. They spell it out. License, title, registration, taxes, plus up to a $200 documentary service fee can get tacked on. So $14,950 is the starting number, not the out-the-door number. Factor that in. On the plus side, they offer shipping anywhere in the US, including Alaska and Hawaii, so if you're not near Port Orchard, you can still make it happen. So, my honest take? A Squarebird hardtop in genuinely excellent shape at right around 15 grand is fair money. These are climbing in value, and they turn heads everywhere. But excellent is the dealer's word, so do your homework. Get underneath it. Check for rust in the usual Squarebird spots. Floors, rockers, trunk, and if it backs up the listing. This is a gorgeous cruiser you'd be proud to own. Give them a call, go see it in person, And as always, verify before you buy. All right, everybody, buckle up. Because this 1965 Ford F-250 out of the San Francisco Bay Area is one of the coolest listings I've come across in a while. And it's up for $12,450 with the seller saying must sell this summer and offers accepted. So let's dig in. First off, condition is listed as excellent, and this is the classic patina rat rod style, meaning that surface rust you see is on purpose. Part of the look, not neglect. And the seller's really upfront here. The metal and frame are straight and in great shape, with only the honest patina you'd expect from a truck built in December of 1964. That build tag is still intact, which is a nice touch for originality. So don't let the crusty exterior fool you. This is a case where rusty on the outside, sorted underneath. Now here's the heart of it. This started life with the F352 V8, but it's been built into a 390 SID with a high-performance crankshaft and go-fast parts, and the seller describes it idling low and shaking the ground like a funny car. That's the good stuff. Backing it up is a 3-speed manual with the column shifter. That's your classic 3 on the tree. And here's the part that gearheads will love. A heavy-duty 9-inch Dana 60 rear end with 410 gears. Seller says you could tow a mountain, and honestly with that setup he's not far off. Rear-wheel drive, gas, 8 cylinders. Let's be straight about the miles, because the seller is too. Odometer reads about 15,100, it's rolled over, so they figure it's really around 115,100. But here's what actually matters. The truck's had a complete professional refurbishment, and it's got less than 300 miles since all that work. Every important part professionally replaced or customized, everything works, and he says nothing needs fixing. You'd only wrench on it if you wanted to customize further. Clean title too. Couple of practical notes. Contact is email only, serious inquiries, and he asks you not to fish for personal info. Pretty standard for keeping the tire kickers away. And he's honest that if you can afford the gas, that 390 will drink, but it'll be a fun, reliable daily. So my honest take? A freshly refurbished, straight-framed classic F-250 with a built 390 and a bulletproof Dana 60 for $12,500, with offers accepted. That's a lot of truck for the money, and it's the kind of thing that gets you stopped in parking lots, which the seller says happens to him all the time. Just do the smart thing, go see it in person, confirm that fresh refurbishment work with your own eyes, and if it checks out like the ad reads, this is a whole lot of cool for the cash. Go get it before summer's over. All right, everybody, let's take a look at this 1984 Chevy El Camino sitting in Orange County right now for $11,500. That classic car-truck combo that never goes out of style. Let's break it down. Condition is listed as good, and the seller adds that it's in great shape with everything working. Short and sweet on the description, but sometimes that's a good sign. No laundry list of problems to disclose. Let's take it at face value and verify in person. Here's what you're getting. This is a 5th-gen El Camino, that boxy, clean Malibu base body that a lot of folks really love. It's got the V8, 8 cylinders, gas, automatic transmission, rear-wheel drive, the proper El Camino recipe. Painted blue, and here's a couple details that actually add real value. The air conditioning works, and it's got working cruise control. On a car from '84, functioning AC is a genuine plus, especially cruising around Southern California. So many of these come with dead AC systems. So that's money you don't have to spend. Odometer reads 76,555, though it's noted as rolled over. So treat those miles as unknown, could well be 176,555. But on these small block Chevy drivetrains, high miles aren't the scare they'd be on something more exotic. These engines and transmissions are about as easy and cheap to service as it gets. Parts everywhere, any shop can handle them. And it's a clean title, which is exactly what you want. So my honest take? At $11,500 for a good condition 84 El Camino with a working V8, cold AC, and cruise control, you're in the right ballpark for a clean driver quality one. Not the cheapest out there, but not crazy either, if it presents as nice as the seller says. The seller kept it brief, so that just means you do the legwork, Go look at it in person, confirm that everything works, claim yourself, check underneath for rust and the usual GM stuff, and take it for a good drive. If it backs up the ad, this is a fun, usable classic you can actually enjoy every weekend. Go check it out. All right, everybody, here's a cheap one for the project crowd. A 1977 Chevy Monte Carlo out in the Inland Empire for just $2,900. Now, at this price, you already know we're not talking about a showpiece, so let me give it to you straight. The seller lists it as fair condition, and I'm going to be honest with you like I always am. Fair means fair. This one needs work. Straight from the seller, it runs excellent, but it needs minor repairs and some cosmetics. So the good news is it's a runner. The drivetrain's alive, but you're buying a project that needs love inside and out. No sugarcoating it. Here's what you've got. This is that handsome 77 Monte Carlo, the last year of the big second-gen body, before they downsized in '78. With the stacked rectangular headlights and that long, formal coupe look. It's got a V8, 8 cylinders gas, automatic transmission, rear-wheel drive. That's the classic. Easy to live with combo. Painted blue, coupe body. And importantly, it's a clean title, which at this price point is huge. A lot of cheap project cars come with title headaches, and this one doesn't. Now here's one thing you got to pay attention to. The seller says it has a current non-op. That means it's registered as non-operational in California. It's not currently plated for the road. That's not a deal breaker, but budget for getting it registered and legal, and factor in whatever those minor repairs turn out to be, because minor is always in the eye of the seller. Odometer reads 100,000. So my honest take? At $2,900 with a running V8, a clean title, and a solid classic body to work with, this is a fair entry point for somebody who wants a weekend project and doesn't mind getting their hands dirty. Just go in with eyes open. Go see it in person. Listen to that engine run. Get underneath it and check the frame and floors for rust. And add up what those repairs and the registration will really cost you. If the bones are good, this is a lot of classic for cheap. Go take a look. All right, everybody, here's a 1963 Ford Thunderbird out in Los Angeles for $12,500. And this is one of those listings where you really gotta read the fine print, because there's a big detail in here you don't want to miss. Let's get into it. First, the honest stuff, because the seller says it himself. It's a cool ride and a head-turner, but it does need a little love. So it's not a perfect car. Go in expecting a driver that wants some attention. Good news is it runs and drives, and it's got a clean title in hand, which is always what we want to see. Now here's what makes this one special. This is a third-gen Bulletbird, or Projectile Thunderbird, that gorgeous, swoopy 61 to 63 body. And it's got one of the coolest factory features of the era, the swing-away steering wheel. The seller calls it slide away. That slides over to the center, so you can slip in and out easier. That's a genuine Thunderbird party trick, and always a hit. It's also got power brakes, gas, automatic transmission, custom rims, and wide white-wall tires for that cruiser look. And the seller says he's got some spare parts to throw in, which is a nice bonus on a 60-year-old car. But here's the big one, and I promised I'd shoot straight with you. The hardtop was cut off, and it does not have a top. So this is not a factory convertible. Somebody chopped the roof off this hardtop. That's a huge thing to understand. It gives it that open-air custom vibe, sure, but it means the body's been modified, and you want to look very closely at how that cut was done, whether the structure was reinforced, and what your plan is for weather. No top at all is a real consideration in a car you'd want to actually drive and park. Go in with eyes wide open on that. And that odometer reading of 100? That's basically meaningless on a car this age. Treat the mileage as unknown. So my honest take? At $12,500, you're paying for a genuinely cool, head-turning Bulletbird with some desirable features and a custom open-top look. But that chopped roof is a double-edged sword. To the right person who loves the custom style, it's a blast. To someone wanting an original T-Bird, it's a modified car, and you should price it accordingly. The seller Drew will even consider a trade, so there's some flexibility. My advice is always, go see it in person. Inspect that roof cut and the bodywork carefully. Make sure it runs and drives like he says. And if the custom vibe is your thing and the work checks out, it could be a fun one. Go take a look, but look close. Today we've got something a little different rolling across Craigslist. A 1968 Chevrolet Corvair Monza convertible, listed at $17,000 or best offer out of Spokane. And if you don't know the Corvair, buckle up, because this is one of the most fascinating cars Chevy ever built. Rear engine, air-cooled, totally unlike anything else Detroit was doing. And this particular one? It's got a story. Let me walk you through it. Let's start with condition, because I always shoot straight. The seller says good, and honestly the description backs it up in detail. Runs and drives very nicely. Everything works. The top's in very good shape with a boot. The interior is original and in great shape, and the body's straight and solid. Floors and front trunk look good. He's honest about the small stuff too. There's minor rust in the bottom front of a door jamb that looks like it was already addressed. It's got the usual Corvair oil leaks, but not excessive, and it doesn't smoke. Not the original paint, but he says it looks decent. That's a refreshingly honest write-up, folks. That's a seller who knows his car. Now here's where it gets special. And this is the part that had me raising my eyebrows. This is a genuinely rare car. Only 1,386 convertibles were made in '68, and it's Fathom Blue, one of only 376 in that color. But it goes deeper. After researching the tags under the rear seat, the seller believes this was a pilot car, one of the very first built that year, number 11 off the line, used for assembly tweaks or promotional purposes. Now I'll be straight, that's the seller's research. And if you're a Corvair person, that's absolutely something you'd want to verify with the community and the tags yourself. But if it checks out, that's a really cool piece of history. Under the deck lid, it's rear engine. Remember, there's a twist. It was originally a 110-horse car, but somebody swapped in a 65 140 horsepower engine and 4-speed, with miles on those unknown. It's now running a 164 cubic inch flat 6, wearing an Edelbrock 4-barrel, dual exhaust, backed by that 4-speed manual, rear-wheel drive. And here's a collector-friendly detail. The original 4 single-barrel carbs come with the car, complete with linkage and fuel lines. So you could put it back to factory correct if you wanted. It's even got the rare factory anti-theft brake lock, a factory clock, and a rear luggage rack. And check out the recent money spent, new in the last year. Bluetooth stereo, starter, iridium plugs and wires, American racing wheels wrapped in BFG radial TAs, engine bay seal, and a full ceramic wax detail. On top of that, he says there's $5,000 in receipts and a stack of new parts not yet installed, electric fuel pump, heater hoses, reverse switch, and more. He's even throwing in the original plates and tabs from 1968 and the original AM/FM radio that works. Clean title, and he notes 117K original miles on the car itself. So here's my honest take. Corvairs are a niche. They're not for everybody, and that rear engine air-cooled setup means you want someone who knows them to look it over. The engine swap and unverified pilot car claim mean the story needs a little homework before you bank on it. But as a driving, honest, well-documented rare convertible with a huge folder of receipts and spare parts, $17. 00 oboe is not crazy for the right buyer who gets what this is. My advice, same as always, go see it in person. Bring or call a Corvair expert. Verify those tags and that history, and if it all lines up the way he's laid it out, this is a genuinely special and unusual classic you won't see at every car show. Go check it out. Today on Craigslist, we've got a big, beautiful land yacht, a 1979 Lincoln Continental Mark V, listed at $6,500 out of Spokane. This is the kind of car they just don't make anymore. And the seller wrote up one of the most honest ads I've read in a while. So let me give it to you straight. Warts and all. Right up top, condition is listed as fair, and I respect that. Because the seller doesn't try to dress it up, he lays out every problem. So let's not pretend this is a showpiece. This is an unrestored, largely original driver that needs work, and I'll walk you through exactly what. But first, what it is. This is the last year of the Mark V, and as the seller nicely puts it, the last of the true luxury cars. Under that endless hood is the original 400 cubic inch, 6.6-liter V8, backed by a C6 3-speed automatic, bulletproof, easy-to-service Ford stuff. It's loaded with every power option of the era. Power seats, windows, locks, tilt wheel, cruise, factory radio and cassette, moonroof, leather interior, vinyl top, that iconic simulated spare tire hump on the trunk, and 4-wheel disc brakes. White over a tan interior and tan vinyl roof. And yes, the pop-up headlights work properly, which is always the first thing that dies on these, so that's a genuine plus. Now here's the honest part, and full credit to the seller for spelling it all out. The primary issues. There's an exhaust manifold leak on the passenger side. The AC does not work. The driver's side power seat control panel is missing. There are tears in the leather front seats. The radio doesn't work, and it's had an external repaint in the original white that he calls a 20-footer, meaning looks fine from 20 feet, but get closer and you'll see it. That's a seller telling you the truth, and I love to see it. On the miles, it shows 48,114 on a 5-digit odometer, and he's up front that it's most likely rolled over, so treat the mileage as unknown. Clean, clear Washington title in hand, and contact his phone or email only. So here's my honest take. The seller makes the value case himself. Pristine examples of these bring north of $30K. And at $6,500, there's room to restore. I think that's a fair way to look at it. This isn't a flip it tomorrow car. It's a project with a solid running foundation and a clean title, where the big ticket stuff like the drivetrain and those pop-up headlights already work. And the issues are mostly the kind of thing a patient owner chips away at. If you love these old marks, and a lot of us do, this is an honest entry point. My advice is always, go see it in person. Listen to that manifold leak. Add up what the repairs really cost you. And if the bones are as solid as he describes, you've got yourself a genuine slice of American luxury to bring back to life. Go take a look. Today on Craigslist, we've got a classic that's near the top of everybody's want list. A 1972 Chevrolet C10 stepside out of San Diego, listed at $15,000. That 67 to 72 body is one of the most beloved truck shapes ever made. And this one's been living the good life as a beach truck. But there's one detail in this listing you absolutely have to understand before you get excited. So let me get right to it. Here's the big one, and I'm putting it front and center because that's how I do it. This truck has a salvage title. The seller's honest about it, it's in his name, but it's a salvage title. That is a major, major thing. A salvage title means at some point an insurance company totaled this truck, and it affects everything: resale value, your ability to insure it, financing, and in some states, even getting it registered. It doesn't mean the truck is bad today, but it permanently caps what it's worth and who will buy it down the road. So keep that squarely in mind against this $15,000 asking price, because a clean title version of this exact truck would be worth a good bit more. And that's exactly why the title matters so much here. Now the good news, because there's plenty. The seller says it's been his daily beach truck for the past year, runs and drives great, and everything works except the horn and the radio. So he's upfront about the little stuff too. Condition is listed as good. And the setup is exactly what you want in one of these. The small block Chevy 350 V8, the excellent 700R4 automatic, a Holley carburetor on top, power steering, front disc brakes, and that desirable stepside bed. That's a proven, easy-to-service, drive-it-anywhere combination, parts everywhere. Any shop can work on it. On the miles, the odometer reads 22,612, but it's noted as rolled over, so treat the mileage as unknown. No big deal on a drivetrain, this simple and rebuildable. So here's my honest take. This is a genuinely cool, sorted, running and driving stepside C10 with all the right parts. and the seller comes across as straight with you. The thing that keeps me measured is that salvage title. At $15,000, you're paying pretty strong money for a truck that carries that permanent asterisk. A clean title driver in this shape might justify that number, but salvage should mean a real discount off clean title pricing. So my advice, go see it in person, run the VIN and find out why it was branded salvage in the first place. Check that the repair work was done right, and confirm you can insure and register it the way you need to. If you're buying it to keep and enjoy, and the price reflects that title, it could be a fun one. Just go in with your eyes wide open on that title. That's the whole ball game here. Go take a look. Today on Craigslist, we've got a proper old-school workhorse, a 1984 Chevy K10 4x4, listed at $15,000 out of the San Francisco Bay Area. Now, the ad calls it a Silverado, but the key thing here is that K10 means four-wheel drive, and this is a square body, one of the most sought-after truck platforms out there right now. And this one comes with a laundry list of work that had me nodding the whole way through. Let me break it down. Condition is listed as good, and honestly, the receipts in this ad tell the real story. This isn't a truck somebody just threw a price on, somebody went through it. Let me hit the highlights, because there are a lot of them. Start with the drivetrain. It's the 6.2L diesel backed by a rebuilt SM465 4-speed manual. That's the granny-geared, bulletproof heavy-duty transmission with a new clutch, flywheel, and linkage. Then look at everything that's been freshened. Complete brake overhaul front and rear, new drums, shoes, hardware, wheel cylinders out back, bearings, pads and rotors up front, new master cylinder and distribution block, and all 4 new shocks. The AC isn't just there, it's been converted to modern R134 with a new compressor, condenser, and dryer. Both fuel tanks are new with new senders, new selector and switch, new lift pump and filter, glow plugs done, new radiator and fan. Inside it's got new carpet, seat cover, dash pad, headliner and visors, and even the details. Rebuilt door hinges, new grille and headlight doors. That's a seriously gone-through truck. Now here's a detail California folks will perk up at, and the seller leans right into it. That 6.2 diesel means no smog in California, and he points out it's perfect for an LS swap where you'd still never have to smog it. That's a real selling point out here. And critically, he says no rust, solid floors, rockers, everything. On a square body, a rust-free body is worth its weight in gold, because rust is what kills these trucks. It's got a clean title, and it's a genuine 4x4. He's even throwing in extra sheet metal bed parts. On the miles, odometer reads 122,000, but it's noted as rolled over, so treat the mileage as unknown. And on a diesel that's been this well maintained, that's not what I'd lose sleep over. So here's my honest take. Square body 4x4s have gotten hot, and prices have climbed, so $15,000 is real money. But this isn't a tired project. It's a rust-free, sorted truck with a big stack of fresh parts and a rebuilt transmission. Plus that no-smog diesel angle that's genuinely valuable in California. If the truck backs up the ad in person, that's a fair number for what you're getting. My advice, same as always. Go see it. Get underneath and confirm that no rust claim with your own eyes. Verify the work that's been described, and take it for a good drive. If it all checks out the way he's laid it out, this is a whole lot of truck done right. Go take a look. Today on Craigslist, we've got one that gets the blood pumping for any classic Chevy fan. A 1969 Chevrolet Chevelle Malibu Coupe out of Los Angeles, listed at $14,500. The Chevelle is one of the all-time greats, and this one's a genuine barn-find style survivor. But there's a serious catch in this listing you have to hear before anything else, so I'm leading with it. Here's the big one. The title status is listed as missing. That is huge, and you cannot gloss over it. No title in hand means you'd be buying this car without the paperwork that proves you can legally own and register it. Now, on a black plate California car with the same owner from 1974, there's often a paper trail to chase down a duplicate. But that is a process. It costs time and money. And there's no guarantee. So before you fall in love, understand you may have a title hunt ahead of you, and that risk has to be priced into this whole thing. That's the number one thing to sort out here. Okay, now the exciting part, because this car has a lot going for it. This is an original California car, a black plate LA car with the same owner since 1974, and it's been sitting in a backyard since 1991. That's a long slumber, but it's the kind of story that gets project hunters excited. And here's what really matters. The seller says it's numbers matching, with its original 350 automatic, power steering, and disc brakes. Numbers matching on a Chevelle is a big deal for value. The original engine still cranks over, it rolls, and it brakes. He says it's solid underneath and in the trunk, and on these cars, solid floors and trunk are everything, because rust is the killer. On top of that, it's got that cool Day 2 hot rod flavor, meaning period-style upgrades like the American Racing Daisy wheels, a Holly setup, and even shag carpet inside. That's the stuff guys bolted on back in the day. And a lot of people love that authentic, old-school vibe. But let's stay honest. The seller flat out says it needs total restoration, but it's complete. So this is a full project. Don't expect to drive it home and cruise. This is a roll it onto a trailer, tear it down, build it back up car. Odometer reads 95,000, but on a project this age, treat the mileage as just a number. So here's my honest take. As a numbers matching, solid, complete, original black plate California Chevelle, this is a desirable starting point. And the bones sound right. But that missing title plus the fact that it needs a total restoration are two big weights on the scale, and both cost real money and effort to overcome. At $14,500, you're paying Survivor Chevelle money for a car you still have to title and fully restore. So run the numbers carefully. My advice, go see it in person. Confirm those numbers matching claims and the solid floors yourself. And most importantly, talk to the seller about exactly what paperwork exists, so you know what the title road looks like. If you can sort the title and you've got the budget and the passion for a full build, this could be a rewarding one. But going clear-eyed on that paperwork, that's the whole ball game. Go take a look. Today on Craigslist, we've got a cheap one for the project crowd. A 1968 Ford Galaxy 500 Coupe out of Seattle, listed at just $2,200. Now that price alone tells you we're deep in project territory, and I gotta hand it to this seller. This is one of the most brutally honest ads I've ever read. He hides nothing. So let me give it to you exactly as straight as he gave it. Right up front, the seller himself lists this as salvage condition, and his own words are the best summary you'll get. He says it's shiny from 20 feet away, but then he lays out the bad, and it's a real list. The car is rotted, lots of Bondo, very rusty. He straight up tells you he just drives it for looks on nice days. The heater doesn't work, the wiper system is broken, the interior is trashed, one tire goes flat if it sits a couple weeks, and the suspension needs lube and possibly repairs. It makes popping sounds when you turn the wheel. Folks, that is honesty you almost never see in a listing, and I respect the daylights out of it. This is a rusty project, full stop. Now the good side, because it's not all doom. It runs and drives, it's got collector plates, and the lights, blinkers, and brakes all work. Under the hood, it's a 302 with an automatic. And here's the fun part. It's got a 9-inch rear end with 3.50 gears and a mini spool for 100% posi, plus a digital speedometer to keep things accurate with the gearing and tire changes. He's honest that with the small 302, it's not a fast car, but he says it cruises on the highway very nicely. And it's a clean title, which is a genuine plus on a cheap project. On top of that, he's throwing in a pile of extra parts: Ford trunk lettering, an extra grille, chrome trim, a 4-barrel manifold, and more. A couple of important notes on who this is for. The seller flat out says if you can't turn your own wrenches, this car would not be economically feasible for you. And he's right. He also says he's got more than the asking price invested, and asks for respectful offers, serious inquiries only, and he's open to trades. So here's my honest take. This is exactly what it says it is. A rusty, rough, running and driving Galaxy for cheap, with a fun rear-end setup and a box of spare parts. Best suited for somebody who wants a rough and ready cruiser, or a parts project starting point and can do the work themselves. At $2,200 with a clean title and it running and driving, that's fair project money as long as you go in with zero illusions. This is not a car you restore cheaply. It's one you enjoy as is, or slowly chip away at. My advice? Same as always. Go see it in person. Get underneath and see just how far that rust goes before you commit. And be realistic about what fixing the last little details really means on a car this rough. If you're a wrench turner looking for a cheap, honest cruiser, this could scratch that itch. Go take a look, but bring your eyes and a flashlight. Today on Craigslist, we've got something really special and really rare. A 1939 Studebaker Coupe Express, listed at $20,000 out of Seattle. Now, if you've never heard of one of these, you're not alone. This is one of the most unusual and coolest trucks of the pre-war era, and you almost never see one come up for sale. So let me walk you through it, because this is a treat. First, condition, and this is a nice change of pace. The seller lists this as like new, the top of the scale, and on an 86-year-old vehicle. That's a bold claim that tells you this has been beautifully restored or preserved. So the expectations here are high, which means when you go look at it, you hold it right to that like new standard. Now let me tell you why this thing is so cool. The Coupe Express was Studebaker's answer to the car truck idea way back in the late 30s. Basically a stylish coupe with a pickup bed grafted on, decades before the El Camino or Ranchero made that concept famous. So this is a real piece of automotive history, an ancestor of the whole car truck genre. And this one's a looker, painted red, with all the period-correct charm, running boards, chrome trim, that gorgeous side-mounted spare wheel, driving lamps, a heater, and original-style gauges. It's got the details that make these pre-war rigs so special. Under the hood, it's powered by the 226 cubic inch inline-six, backed by a 3-speed manual with overdrive. And that overdrive is a genuinely nice feature, because it means this old-timer can actually keep up a comfortable cruising speed on modern roads instead of screaming down the highway. Clean title, and the odometer reads 62,188. Though on a car this age, I treat that as just a number. So here's my honest take. This is a rare, characterful, historically significant truck that you simply will not see at every Cars and Coffee. And if it truly lives up to that like new billing, $20,000 for something this uncommon and this charming isn't unreasonable at all. These don't have the huge production numbers of a Chevy or Ford, so values come down to rarity and condition rather than a big comp list. My advice, same as always. Go see it in person. Verify the quality of that restoration up close. Check that the mechanicals are as sorted as the cosmetics. And ideally bring along or call someone who knows pre-war Studebakers, since parts and expertise are more specialized than your typical small block Chevy. If it checks out the way the ad reads, this is a genuine standout you'd be proud to show. Go take a look. You don't get many chances at one of these. Today on Craigslist, we've got one for the true Pontiac people. A 1969 Pontiac Grand Prix SJ out of Spokane, listed at $17,500 or best offer. Now the Grand Prix is one of the coolest looking cars Pontiac ever built. That long hood, cockpit-style personal luxury coupe. And this one's an SJ428 with a big story and a big folder of receipts. So let me walk you through it. Condition is listed as excellent, and the seller opens with a line I really appreciate, just being honest. And to his credit, he mostly is, because he tells you right up front the two things you need to know. First, the elephant in the room, this is a non-factory 4-speed. Originally an automatic car, someone converted it to a manual. He's honest about it, and he says even as an automatic, it's a desirable SJ. But you need to understand this is a modified car, not numbers correct, in the transmission department. Second, he tells you the Comfortron air conditioning needs work. So those are your two asterisks, stated plainly. Now here's the good stuff, and there is a lot of it. Under that long hood sits a 370-horse 428, and the seller says there's $10,000 in the rebuilt 428 with receipts, and it's been dyno tested with a sheet to prove it. That conversion to 4-speed was done right too. A rebuilt Muncie M20 wide ratio, a heavy-duty clutch, a rebuilt correct Hurst Comp Plus shifter and linkage, with a console top and ashtray so it looks like a factory 4-speed GP. Out back it's a 3.42 Posey that's been reconditioned with new axle bearings and seals. He also lists an entirely rebuilt front suspension, sway bar, and new exhaust, and says there's $13,000 in receipts total. That's serious. Documented money in the mechanicals, which is exactly what you want to see. It's loaded too: tilt, cruise, talking gauges, AM/FM, a 4-way power seat, cornering lights, real leather, and cut pile carpeting. He describes the body as very straight with minor rust, and says it came from La Jolla, California. That dry Southern California origin is a good sign for a solid shell. Clean title, and the odometer reads 136,000, but it's noted as rolled over, so treat the miles as unknown. Couple of practical notes. He says he will not respond to texts, phone calls only, serious buyers, and he'll post more pics. So here's my honest take. This is a well-sorted, hard-hitting SJ428 4-speed, with a genuine stack of receipts backing up the drivetrain and suspension work. That's a car built to be driven and enjoyed. And $17,500 oboe for that much documented mechanical work in a desirable Grand Prix is a reasonable ask. The things keeping me measured are the two he's honest about. It's a non-factory 4-speed conversion, so purists chasing numbers matching originality should price that in, and the AC needs work. My advice, same as always. Pick up the phone, go see it in person, look over that minor rust with your own eyes, and go through those receipts in the dyno sheet so you know exactly what you're getting. If it drives as strong as it reads and the body's as straight as he says, this is a genuinely fun, muscular cruiser with real money already spent. Go take a look. Today on Craigslist, we've got a clean, honest classic hauler, a 1970 GMC 1500 long bed, which is the GMC twin to the beloved Chevy C10, listed at $13,500 or best offer out of San Diego. That 67 to 72 body is one of the most loved truck shapes ever, and this one's set up to be exactly what most folks actually want, a drive it and enjoy it truck. Let me break it down. Condition is listed as excellent, but here's what I really like. The seller is refreshingly honest about what excellent means for this truck. He flat out tells you, if you're looking for a show truck, this isn't the one for you. Instead, he calls it the perfect old truck to drive as is, with rust and patina all in the right places. So this is that cool, weathered but solid look, not a shiny trailer queen, and he's up front so you know exactly what you're walking up to. That kind of honesty is what I always want to see. Now the setup, and it's the good, easy to live with stuff. Under the hood, it's the small block Chevy 350, backed by the TH350 automatic, probably the most proven. Easiest to service classic drivetrain on the planet. Parts everywhere, any shop can handle it. It's got 15-inch wheels, drum brakes, and manual steering, so it's an honest old-school driving experience. No frills, just a truck. He did add a Bluetooth radio so you get a little modern convenience for your cruises. It's a California truck, which is always a good sign for solid metal. And he says everything works as it should, needs nothing but a new driver. On paperwork, it's a clean title, and importantly, it's titled and registered in his name, which makes for a smooth, clean transaction. The odometer reads 11,111, but on a truck this age, I'd treat that as just a number. So here's my honest take. This is exactly what it says it is. A solid, running, patinaed C10 generation GMC that's ready to drive and enjoy right now. No project list hanging over your head. That's honestly what a lot of people are after. At $13,500 oboe, and with the seller flat out saying the price is negotiable, you're in reasonable territory for a sorted, ready-to-go survivor of this generation. These have gotten popular, and the money reflects it. But a drive-it-today truck with no needs is worth a fair bit more than a project. My advice, same as always. Go see it in person, get underneath and confirm that patina is just surface charm and not hiding anything structural. Take it for a good drive to feel out those manual steering and drum brakes. And if it backs up the ad, this is a fun, usable classic you can enjoy from day one. And remember, he said the price moves. So don't be shy about a fair offer. Go take a look. Today on Craigslist, we've got a big, handsome piece of Mopar iron, a 1969 Chrysler Newport Coupe out of Las Vegas, listed at $5,900. These full-size Chryslers are big, comfortable, and getting harder to find, especially in coupe form. So let me walk you through this one, and there's an important detail you need to hear. So stick with me. Here's the key thing first, and I'm putting it up front like always. The seller says the engine starts, but the car needs to be towed. That's a big one. So this is not a drive-at-home car. Something's keeping it off the road, whether it's brakes, transmission, or something else he hasn't spelled out. You'll want to find out exactly why before you commit, because that difference between starts and drives can be a cheap fix or a real one. Go in knowing this is a project you'll be trailering home. Now the good news, and there's some genuinely encouraging stuff here. It's got the original 383 engine. That's the beloved Mopar Big Block B engine, a strong, torquey, well-loved motor, and having the original one is a plus. The seller says there's no frame rust, and it's an Arizona car, that dry desert climate that classic buyers love because it tends to mean solid metal. He says the interior is in great shape but needs a new dashboard. The weather stripping is in good condition, and it comes with the original 14-inch wheels. Clean title, which is exactly what you want. So the bones sound promising. Solid body, original drivetrain, decent interior. On the miles, the odometer reads 100,000. But with no rollover note either way on a car this age, I just treat that as a number and judge the car on its actual condition. Couple of practical notes. He's asking for serious inquiries only, and phone calls only, no texting. So here's my honest take. As a solid, rust-free, original 383 Arizona car, with a clean title and a nice interior, this is a promising starting point for somebody who wants a big, cool, full-size Mopar and doesn't mind sorting out why it won't drive. At $5,900, you're paying fair project money. The price seems to reflect that it's a non-runner that starts, not a finished car. My advice? Same as always. Pick up the phone, go see it in person, and the number one question is find out exactly why it needs to be towed. Because that answer tells you whether this is a weekend fix or a bigger job. Get underneath and confirm that no frame rust claim with your own eyes. And if the reason it doesn't drive is something manageable. This could be a lot of classic Chrysler for the money. Go take a look, but ask that towing question first. Today on Craigslist, we've got a big, handsome piece of Mopar iron, a 1969 Chrysler Newport Coupe out of Las Vegas, listed at $5,900. These full-size Chryslers are big, comfortable, and getting harder to find, especially in coupe form. So let me walk you through this one, and there's an important detail you need to hear. So stick with me. Here's the key thing first, and I'm putting it up front like always. The seller says the engine starts, but the car needs to be towed. That's a big one. So this is not a drive-at-home car. Something's keeping it off the road, whether it's brakes, transmission, or something else he hasn't spelled out. You'll want to find out exactly why before you commit, because that difference between starts and drives can be a cheap fix or a real one. Go in knowing this is a project you'll be trailering home. Now the good news, and there's some genuinely encouraging stuff here. It's got the original 383 engine. That's the beloved Mopar Big Block B engine, a strong, torquey, well-loved motor, and having the original one is a plus. The seller says there's no frame rust, and it's an Arizona car, that dry desert climate that classic buyers love because it tends to mean solid metal. He says the interior is in great shape but needs a new dashboard. The weather stripping is in good condition, and it comes with the original 14-inch wheels. Clean title, which is exactly what you want. So the bones sound promising. Solid body, original drivetrain, decent interior. On the miles, the odometer reads 100,000, but with no rollover note either way on a car this age, I just treat that as a number and judge the car on its actual condition. Couple of practical notes. He's asking for serious inquiries only and phone calls only, no texting. So here's my honest take. As a solid, rust-free, original 383 Arizona car with a clean title and a nice interior, this is a promising starting point for somebody who wants a big, cool, full-size Mopar and doesn't mind sorting out why it won't drive. At $5,900, you're paying fair project money. The price seems to reflect that it's a non-runner that starts, not a finished car. My advice? Same as always. Pick up the phone, go see it in person, and the number one question is find out exactly why it needs to be towed. Because that answer tells you whether this is a weekend fix or a bigger job. Get underneath and confirm that no-frame rust claim with your own eyes. And if the reason it doesn't drive is something manageable. This could be a lot of classic Chrysler for the money. Go take a look, but ask that towing question first. Today on Craigslist, we've got a genuinely beautiful survivor, a 1958 Chevrolet Biscayne 4-door sedan out of Omaha, listed at $17,500 cash. Now the 58 Chevys have that gorgeous, chrome-laden, one-year-only styling, and this one sounds like it's been pampered its whole life. So let me walk you through it, because this is a nice one. Condition is listed as excellent, and this is a case where the whole description backs it up beautifully. The seller says this is an all-original paint, rust-free car that's always been garage kept, and he describes the body, paint, glass, chrome trim, and interior as unbelievable for the age. And here's the detail that tells you everything. He says the rear seat still has the plastic cover on it from new. Folks, that's the kind of thing you see on a car that's been genuinely cherished for 66 years. He even says he's not sure he's ever seen a car this old so well preserved, and from the sound of it, I believe him. Under the hood, it's the 283 V8 with the Power Glide automatic. That classic, simple, dependable late 50s Chevy combo. And it's not just a pretty face. He says it's mechanically excellent, with an all-new brake system, new exhaust, newer radial tires, and a recent service. He says it starts, runs, and drives like a new 58 would. The interior gets special praise too. Perfect headliner, package tray, door panels, seats, and a beautiful dash. Clean title, rear-wheel drive. Now, credit to the seller, he's honest about the small stuff, and it's genuinely minor. There are a couple of small dings in the hood and a few minor paint chips. And the known issues he lists: the odometer doesn't work, though the speedometer does. The radio is intermittent, and it's wearing incorrect hubcaps. That's it. That's a really short and honest problem list for a car this age. And none of it is scary. Because that odometer doesn't work, just treat the mileage as unknown and judge it on its clearly excellent condition. He says the only reason he's selling is he needs the garage space, and he's happy to answer questions or send more pics, call or text. So here's my honest take. This looks like a truly well-preserved, rust-free, original paint 58 Chevy that's been mechanically freshened and is ready to enjoy. And those are getting genuinely hard to find. At $17,500, for a survivor of this quality, with fresh brakes, exhaust, and tires, that strikes me as fair money for what's described. Maybe even reasonable if it presents in person the way it reads. My advice, same as always, go see it in person, confirm that rust-free original paint condition with your own eyes, take it for a good drive, and if it lives up to the ad, and it sounds like it might, this is a gorgeous, honest classic you could show or cruise with pride. Go take a look. Today on Craigslist, we've got a real honest, dependable classic, a 1976 Dodge Dart out of Denver, listed at $7,500. Now, the Dart is one of those cars that earned a legendary reputation for just plain running forever, And this one sounds like a clean, original survivor. So let me walk you through it. Condition is listed as excellent, and the seller keeps it short, but hits the notes that matter. He says it's all original and unmolested, meaning nobody's hacked it up or modified it, with no rust and a body that's in perfect shape. The original paint is still on it, and the vinyl top is still in good condition. That all original, no rust combination is exactly what makes these survivors desirable, because you're getting an honest, untouched car rather than somebody's half-finished project. Now here's the heart of this thing, and it's the best part. It's got the legendary Slant 6 engine backed by an automatic transmission. Folks, if you don't know the Slant 6, it's one of the most bulletproof, reliable engines Chrysler ever built, famous for running practically forever with basic care. It's not fast, nobody's pretending it is, but it's dependable as a hammer and dead simple to work on. He says it runs and drives fine, and it's a clean title, which is just what you want. On the miles, the odometer shows 86,000, and there's no rollover note here, so it may well be the actual mileage, but as always on a car this age, confirm it and judge the car on its overall condition. The seller keeps the ad brief and says to contact him for more details, so there's some homework for you to do in asking questions. But sometimes a short, no-drama ad is a good sign that there's just not much to complain about. So here's my honest take. A rust-free, all-original, running and driving Slant 6 Dart is about as honest and usable as a vintage economy classic gets. It's the kind of car you can actually hop in and drive, and one that won't nickel and dime you the way something more complex might. At $7,500 for a clean, original, no-rust example, that's a fair ask for one of these in nice shape. My advice, same as always. Go see it in person. Confirm that no rust, all original claim with your own eyes. Take it for a good drive to feel out that Slant 6. And ask the questions the short ad leaves open. If it checks out the way it reads, this is a charming, reliable, easy-to-own classic you can enjoy right away. Go take a look. Today on Craigslist, we've got a real crowd favorite. A 1974 Chevy K5 Blazer 4x4 out of Santa Fe, listed at $9,500 or best offer. Now these first-generation removable top Blazers have absolutely blown up in popularity, and folks are chasing them hard. So let me walk you through this one, because the seller keeps it short and honest, and there's one line in here you need to weigh. Condition is listed as good, and I appreciate that the seller doesn't oversell it. He tells you the good and the not so good in just a few words. Let's start with the good, because there's real substance here. He says it runs and drives good. It's got a strong 350 engine. The 4x4 works, and that's important, because a non-functioning four-wheel drive can be a costly fix. So 4x4 works is money in your pocket. Best of all, he says the frame and floors are good. On these old Blazers, solid frame and floors are everything, because that's the expensive structural stuff, sheet metal you can patch, but a rotted frame will end a project fast. Now here's the honest catch, stated plainly. It needs rust repair and restoration. So this is not a finished truck. It's a solid running driver that has rust to address. That's the line you weigh most carefully, because on these Blazers, rust in the body is common and bodywork adds up. The saving grace is he's told you the structural stuff is good, so you're looking at repair and restore territory rather than save it from the grave territory. Go in expecting to spend on bodywork. And of course, the star feature, it's got the full removable top, which is exactly what everybody wants on a K5. That open air, take the top off experience is the whole appeal. It's a genuine 4x4 V8 automatic clean title. Odometer reads 135,387, and on a truck like this, I just treat that as a number and judge it on condition. So here's my honest take. First-gen K5 Blazers have gotten expensive, and a running, driving, working 4x4 example with a solid frame and floors and that full removable top is a desirable starting point, even needing rust work. At $9,500 oboe, you're paying fair money for a solid bones project you can actually drive and enjoy while you chip away at the rust. And remember, he's open to offers. My advice, Same as always, go see it in person. Get underneath and confirm that frame and floor's good claim with your own eyes. Figure out exactly how much rust repair you're really looking at so you know your true all-in cost. And take it for a good drive. If the bones are as solid as he says, this is a fun, in-demand classic that'll only keep drawing attention. Go take a look.